Hello, everyone. Glad you could join us again today. I'm Charles Cook. I'm here today going to do a interview here with a friend of mine that I've been friends with for a few years. And anyway, before we get started into that, just want to ask you to, if you're watching this on Facebook, to like and follow the Facebook page, Midnight Rider there. And if you're watching it on YouTube, subscribe and ring the bell so you get the notifications that when we upload a new video. And if you're on Rumble, subscribe to Rumble and it will also give you a notification. So with that being said, I introduce you to Jeremy Sutton here. He has a YouTube channel. It's called Self-Educated Economist. And so, Jeremy, go ahead and introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Hello, Charles. I'm Jeremy Sutton. Like you said, I do the YouTube channel, The Self-Educated Economist, where we talk about what the Federal Reserve is doing. We do personal finance videos, kind of want to help people understand more about the monetary system and banking and things of that nature. It's something we all use, but very few people actually understand how it works.
Right. So, Jeremy, when did you start getting, interested in economics? What changed for you to get you interested in monetary policy?
Well, a few years back, I had a business where we sold meat, and I had a farm, and I was looking for ways to grow the business. So I ran across Robert Kiyosaki and the book he done, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and then I ran across Mike Maloney and the Secrets of Money, the Hidden Secrets of Money series on YouTube. Run across George Gammon, and it all just kind of caught my attention. And I drive a semi truck, so I had a lot of time to listen to stuff. So
right. So once you become interested in monetary policy, did it affect the way you think politically?
Politically, yeah, no. I kind of look. You got any more since the pandemic? You've got to watch what the politicians are doing, so you know what has going to affect the economic side of things, as far as the stock market and things of that nature. It's all tied together anymore.
Yeah. So I guess when you're saying you're watching what the politicians are doing, so I guess you're saying if you understand now, or not that you didn't then, that when they decide to print more money, it's not going to help you financially.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I take a lot of heat because I criticize the CARES Act that Trump signed. And I say, hey, look, the seeds of the inflation we're going through now were sown back under Trump's administration. Everybody wants to blame Biden. I ain't a sympathizer of either one of them. I'm just saying this is what caused it, and I still catch a lot of heat over it. But
well,
and
that's the problem is when you have this two-party system and you have cheerleaders for both parties instead of telling the truth, that's what you run into. And basically, I mean, you get heat if you even go back to the spending of Ronald Reagan. I think Reagan was a good president, but he did explode the national debt at that time. And
right.
And you can make the arguments of, well, he did it to crush, to bring down the Soviet Union or whatever, but it hasn't ended since then. So
right.
One president goes beyond the other one, and so yeah, you're right. So you get that pushback when everybody's wanting to blame Biden for this, and he's done his share, but we got to remember there was other ones before him that done it too. So
that's right. You also got to understand too, money is nothing more than debt.
Right.
So it's debt when it's created, and if we don't create more debt, then there's not going to be enough treasuries and things like that to grease the global economic system.
Right. So when it's all printed, when we left the gold standard, that was basically the start of the end
Yeah, we went.
after the creation of the Federal Reserve.
Yeah, you go back, and people actually nowadays they don't realize that the money, the $20 bill used to be, you go to the bank and you could exchange it for a $20 gold piece.
Right.
The money, and that's why we had the world reserve currency in the first place, because our money was backed by gold and was just as good as a gold bar.
Right. And you have to be pretty much over the age of the age of 55 to 60 now to remember that.
Yes, and I think some of the last ones I seen were 1928, 1930, 1932, somewhere along in there is when they changed the actual printing of the dollar.
Right.
From a gold certificate to a banknote.
Right. Exactly. And you could take it, if it was a silver note, you could take it and exchange it for silver. And if a gold note, you could take it and exchange it for gold. So tell us a little bit about, and now I know that you make your videos, so fill us in a little bit on some of the topics that you talk about that you think is important going on right now.
Right now, I'm mainly watching what the Federal Reserve is doing. The FOMC meetings, things that they're doing. They were buying bonds, they were buying mortgage-backed securities and things, and they've tapered that down and quit as of the 1st of March. And I've got a video coming out later today showing how that over the last 3 months, this tapering effect they've been doing actually rolls over to the stock market and the bond market.
Mm-hmm.
So, and with them raising interest rates into recession that we're going through now, that's just going to make things even worse. So kind of keep an eye on them.
Right.
And what they intend to do.
Okay. Name some of the people that you would suggest is someone who's just getting interested in, say like the average mom or dad who's sitting at home wondering what's happening to the value of their dollar, what's happening to the purchase power, that's starting to understand that a $15 minimum wage is not going to go far. Explain to them some of the things that some of the places or some of the things they may read to help them better understand economics.
As far as an economics teacher, George Gammon on YouTube is about one of the best I've seen. He actually takes it and breaks it down as if we do this, then this happens. If they do this, this happens. He uses a whiteboard like I do and just breaks it down to just about a kid can understand it.
Right. Okay. Do you watch, do you look at Peter Swift any?
Peter Schiff, yeah, he's really good.
Okay.
I like Peter Schiff and Jeff Snyder and those guys. They're a lot too on the global side. As far as Jeff Snyder and Emil Kalinowski and the Eurodollar University channel they discuss more global events of what's happening with the dollar globally.
Yeah.
Just like Brent Johnson and Santiago Capital. I'll get it right in a minute.
Okay. So do you follow Austrian economic principles or anything like that?
Yeah, that's the ones I prefer.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, our government likes Keynesian economics because they can print and print and print and print.
Right.
But yeah, the Austrian school of economics is the more traditional style economics where you savers and where you need to save money and you can actually get ahead by saving money and investing prudently, right, as opposed to just printing money because you want to.
So have you read or studied any of Hayek?
Yep, the Economics in One Lesson.
Yep.
By Henry Hazlitt or Hyatt, those guys. Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Good deal.
And Milton Freeman has a free to choose set on YouTube as well. Somebody recorded all of it back in the 70s when we were going through the great inflation from 71 to 81, that they were, that they recorded his talks on YouTube and put them on YouTube. So that's some real good content.
Right. Good deal. Okay. So yeah, I think everybody has their point in their life when they reached, you know, especially like with myself, Ron Paul was a big changer in my life. You know, I guess he kind of caught my ear, and I've learned a lot from following Ron Paul and reading him and stuff. And you know, I think everybody has that influence in their life, you know, that changes their direction, you know, as far as stuff like that. I hope Jesus has changed a lot of people's lives and put them in a different direction spiritually. But anyway, well, is there anything else you'd like to add, or you want to talk about your YouTube page? Or
we can talk about the YouTube page. Like I said, I do macroeconomics, which is what the Federal Reserve is doing and the federal government, but also do videos on personal finance. I've got one on taxes, you know, and how corporations use taxes to protect their wealth. I've got one on, I got 3 or 4, I've done one on investing today, the difference between investing and a day trader and a trader, and showing how that guys like Jim Rogers and Warren Buffett come in and they make money off the stock market. Whereas when me and you try it, we a lot of times tend to lose money.
right.
And how all this works. So trying to help people understand what where their purchasing power is going, for one, and for two, how they can use the system to better themselves.
Yeah. Good deal. Well, I'm sure, you know, that it'll help someone. You know, it's just like with me doing my videos here. You know, I'm not the person that knows everything, but I do try to share content that will actually help people and let them learn something. You know, I learn things, and if you don't pass on that knowledge to other people, then what good is it? You know, if you're just keeping it to yourself. So anyway, well, as I said, you know, I appreciate you joining me today and talking about this, doing a little quick interview. I hope it helps you. Maybe some other people will look you up on YouTube, and, you know, and some of your economics lessons or talks or whatever will help them as well. So when I end this, just stay on the call there for a minute, and and we'll wrap up after we get done with the recording. So anyway, I appreciate you joining us today. I hope you look up Jeremy on YouTube. As I said, his YouTube channel is Self-Educated Economist. Check him out, and let him know if you got any questions. Post him some comments and ask him some questions. And with that, I'll bid you good day. God bless you, and we'll see you again soon.